Hey guys, well it's good to be getting back to doing my traditional long playing reviews for the Amstrad, and today it's Karnov, which is a conversion by Activision in software in 1988 of the Data East coin-op, based around that short fat bold Russian dude. And there's the arcade machine in its glory. Unfortunately it wasn't a very popular arcade machine, so perhaps many of you wouldn't have heard of it, but the character himself, he popped up in other video games like Dragon Ninja there, as the end of level boss on the first level. And Karnov, I think, sort of unofficially became Data East's sort of mascot in a way. But he's an ex-circus strongman from East Russia, on a quest through 9 different levels, searching for treasures. Each level reveals a portion of a map, apparently, and then we fight against an evil wizard at the end to finally get hold of all our treasure. So let's get this started off. Bolt of lightning, and there appears Karnov. And as you can see, it's basically it's a scrolling platformer. Come shoot 'em up, and lots of items to pick up as well. I've already got 3 special items already. Now the boot there, which I've just used, makes you move, run and jump a lot faster and higher. Those apples in the trees increase your weapon fire power, so we now got sort of 2 shots firing off, and you can cause mass devastation with that. Lots of little hidden secrets and areas here and there, which the bombs and the ladder will help you get to. Here's one here. If you jump very, very carefully about there, this will reveal the mask, and that will flash basically when there's loads of hidden objects on the screen. Select to use the mask and it will reveal the location of them. And here I think there's some hidden objects just above my head here actually, which we can use the ladder to get to after we've got rid of that meanie there. That's it. So I think you press the Y key to use your objects. There we go, picked up a couple of bombs, and thankfully you can retract the ladder and pick it up to use again. Nice. And there's loads of other pickups as well later on in the game. You get wings so you can fly, there's a boomerang weapon, there's a fireball weapon. I think I'm missing a couple of things. But yeah, this moves and plays rather well. It's actually I found this quite a fun little platformer actually. And here's the first end of level boss. I think we have to get right close to him to set him off. And if you've got your picks for your apple and special weapon, he's quite quickly dealt with. A key drops down, and then we're on to level 2. Ancient ruins, beware. Oh yeah, gotta watch out for these heads at the top of the columns there. They shoot nasty fireballs at you, which unfortunately are the same colour and shape as your fireballs, so that often gets rather confusing, which is the first niggle I'll mention about this game, that the enemy's fireballs are the same colour as yours, because it's hard to make out, especially because you can fire off tons of your own fireballs there, as you can see. But it gets a little confusing. Now, the way forward is usually through those caves, but then I realised there's a secret area or a quicker way if you use the ladder. Ooh, nice, some rocks there, and we can go above the cavern area. And just to the left of me there is the set of wings. We'll need them for later in the game, well, later in this level actually. And this will allow Karnov to fly, and in other levels he actually swims underwater as well, so nice bit of variety to the game. Now the items on the far right, there are 4 items which you'll see: the wings, there's a blank square, the helmet, and another blank square. They can't be selected to be used. They will flash when they're available to use. So, like, you can't use the wings whenever you want. You have to wait to the section you're allowed to use them, which should be coming up very shortly. Oh, as you may have noticed, I picked up another apple there, which has now got freeway shots going on my. Well, that's my firepower. I think Karnov is supposed to be breathing fire. I think they've left out those frames of animation just to make the game run a bit better. But he's essentially breathing fire. Oh, the wings are available to use. As you can see, there's lots of icons floating about there. So there we go. Got our wings on, and we can fly about. Nice. Those K symbols, when you get 50 of them, you get a bonus life. There's only just over 100 icons throughout the game, so you can only really get about 2 bonus lives worth. And the second level, end of level guardian, is just here. We can just float above those dogs and just destroy that, whoever he is. As soon as you just destroy the end of level boss, you become invincible, so those dogs can't kill me. And on to level 3. The Rocky Hills. Okay, what I'm going to mention first about this game in terms of a review, probably kind of the controls and jumping. The controls can be the controls are a little bit laggy, and the jumping is rather slow and a little bit sort of cumbersome, really. Ah, damn it! Some icons we can't reach there. Never mind. When you jump up, he spends too long floating, which sometimes is useful to sort of avoid enemies and things being fired at you. But sometimes it just ends up you getting killed because there's too many enemy fireballs on the screen or whatever. So really, the jump mechanic need to be sorted out. And it's quite hard positioning him sometimes. You've really got to play it to see what I'm talking about. But they've not done bad here for a properly scrolling platformer. I think really the last one I looked at was probably Wonder Boy and Titus the Fox, which they bear a lot of similarity to. This game does, and I think it certainly handles the scrolling a lot better than both of them. Graphics, they're kind of like nicely detailed. I mean, the sprite's well drawn, but it is only in basically 4 colours. I think this is a mode 1. Oh, secret area there. The other holes will lead to your doom. But yeah, I kind of wish there was more colour used in the game, but it's nicely detailed, I suppose. Sometimes it's better than it looking really blocky and colourful, but I like my AMSTRAD graphics and nice, colourful and chunky. But again, you can tell this is basically a Spectrum port. The graphics are pretty much identical, and ironically, the Spectrum version looks a little bit more colourful. In fact, I was really quite impressed by the Specky version. It's a really good conversion. It says a lot that Activision used Spectrum screenshots solely on the back of the Karnov box, but they play pretty much identically. Oh yeah, and if you jump in certain areas, objects will appear. So there's quite a few little secrets and hidden things here, which does add a lot to the game actually. Especially with end of level bosses and things. There's actually quite a bit to a simple platforming game. For example, there's the bombs as well. You just literally drop a bomb where you stood. So not really very good for getting rid of enemies, but if there's something in your way, like a wall or something, then you can blow a hole in the wall to get through to different areas. I don't really use them this early into the game. I think it's only really the second to last level and the last level where I've used bombs to get somewhere. Right, now these volcanoes here are a real pain in the backside. You've got to time it just right. Make sure you've got your special boots that allow you to jump longer and further and faster. And hopefully you'll time it right through here and just quickly leap through there. And job done. And this is quite a short level actually. The other item we could have done with picking up, but we haven't really seen, is a pair of is a trolley or pair of roller skates, which allow you on this bit here to nicely zip down there and take out the bad guys. That's another cool little feature in the game, but unfortunately I haven't come across the trolley icon yet, so sadly we won't be able to see this in the long play. Never mind. These end of level guardians are quite easy to destroy if you give yourself enough space and get enough shots fired off. But the final boss is an absolute bitch in a swine to beat, trust me. But we'll come on to that later. And right, we're on to basically the underwater level here. I think there's apparently a scuba helmet to pick up as well at some point in the game, which allow him to swim and dive a lot faster. But it's nice, we've got like a variation in levels. We're now underwater and the sprite changes to show him swimming in the water. Very nicely done. Those clams can't be destroyed, but those things are frightening as can be. Sadly, presentation is a bit minimal. There wasn't much on the title screen there, and there wasn't any music in the title screen either, which is a shame. There is music when we complete the game, but basically we've got maybe 2 or 3 sort of sound effects. The usual sort of farty explosion noises. Could have done with a nice jingle throughout actually. Would have added a lot of atmosphere to the game. It's perhaps a touch slow as well, but it does well. There's a lot of at times a lot of enemies and fireballs on the screen. Oh, we've just collected 50k symbols, which means we've got an extra life. Right. There's some more in that cave just above my head, but there's another section. There's like a little floating island here we can get up onto for some item pickups. And there's actually sometimes several ways through a level, so you can choose a route. So that does add a lot to what is a basic sort of simple platforming game. Okay, we can use our ladder here to get up to some of these items. Wow, we've already got maximum firepower, we've already got the helmet, so I didn't really need those 2 pickups. But there's a few bombs here. What are they? Are they little gargoyles or ghosts attacking us there? I'm not sure. But yeah, the enemy sprites are quite well done. Right, use my boots there. I don't think we need any more bombs. Oh, well, might as well then. And then we can just basically leap it as far as we can over this water here. Oh, he moves quite quickly actually when you've got your special boots on. Would have been nice, that's the speed he normally moves at actually. And then yeah, we've got a couple of bosses here now. We've got I think there's 2 dinosaurs we fight against. But I think there's some birds that swoop down on us first, so we need to get rid of them quickly. if you can, just make it, as soon as they appear, just make your way to the far left of the screen and just hang there, and you should be able to avoid them. It's quite a tricky little game at times, actually. Get rid of these quickly because there's 2 of them you need to kill. And I've just used the fireball pickup, and job done. That's level 5 done. So we're on to level 6 of 9. So moving quite quickly, and you can pretty much do this game in well under 30 minutes. Okay. And occasionally some knights like pop out the ground above and behind you, sorry. So watch out for that. Watch out for these birds there as well. So sometimes maybe the best course of action is sort of inching your way across the screen if you want to be really careful. Just giving yourself time before more enemies appear. They appear when you're at a certain point in the game, and scroll how far you've scrolled on and stuff. So if you want to take it careful, just inch your way across. If you want to take it really slow, but just be mindful of your time ticking out. Usually got plenty of time to complete levels, but if you want to have any chance against the final boss, then on the last level you've got to move really quickly. Just wait a second or two for these enemies here to start attacking you. You can't shoot them though while they're standing still for some reason. Thankfully those ones further up we're just attacking, they'll just fly over your head, so you just be a little bit careful. And they're easily avoided. So what else to mention? Right. Well, this is released by Activision. This conversion in 1988. I don't think it sold very well. The box art wasn't very appealing, as you probably saw at the start of the video, and the arcade machine wasn't very well known. Now Activision games normally got re-released on Ocean Software's Hit Squad budget label, but as far as I know, Karnov never got a Hit Squad release, so the Navy never even bothered trying to flog it on budget for, you know, $2.99 or $3.99. Kind of says a lot really about how many copies this has sold. So I guess many of you probably have never played or have heard of this game, sadly. But you know, it's actually quite a good blast. I found it quite fun, but a lot of people don't seem to like this version. I don't think it reviewed very well at the time. Just seeing who the programmers are and graphics artists, etc. Programmed by John White. This was the only AMSTRAD game he made, by the looks of it. Yep. Graphics, James McDermott. Again, the only game he did for the AMSTRAD, according to the CPC Power website. And again, the musician, Rob Nicholson. I guess he probably made a title screen music or in-game music, but it wasn't used because it was slowing the game down too much. But there is some end of level at the end of, and when you complete the game, there is a bit of a jingle. Again, the only game he's done for the AMSTRAD. You'd normally find these programs are done maybe 2 or 3. But there you go. That was a cool little boss battle there actually as well. Pretty easy as long as you've got like your weapon powered up, your fireballs powered up to maximum. Get 3 hits in at a time and shoot off loads of them. I do love how many fireballs you can shoot at one time. That's quite impressive. I like a game with like massive firepower. Again though, shame that your bullets look the same as your enemies. Gets a bit confusing just like here. Alright, I quite like this level actually. This is the pyramid level. You go inside the pyramid and the tomb, and there's like mummies up here and trapdoors and things. And like the other levels, there's actually there's easier routes through the game. As you can guess, you can probably jump up the pyramid, and you can do, which leads you to an easier area to get past. It's just got to take some time jumping up there. And there we go. There's a higher area to get to, but that falls down into a trapdoor, which is just there to my right. That's a trapdoor there, so we need to jump over that and then just end up on the edge, because there's a dragon just to the right of us. There we go, perfectly done. Get rid of that dragon, but watch out, he's shooting fireballs back at you, so don't get confused with your own. There we go. Now we can fall down just to the left there, and that will there's an easier way to go, but I wanted to jump up here, collect those icons, and just show you something cool here. Now if you wait around here for a certain amount of time, there you go, the floor starts creeping out, and an Egyptian mummy appears. Just thought that was cool to show you. Now just below me there is a dragon, and the only way to get rid of him is by dropping a bomb on him. Or instead of jumping up to where we just did, so I show you that mummy thing, there's a sort of a passage before we can just drop down and end up shooting him, but might as well use our bombs. So bombs away, and that should be the dragon taken care of. Yay! And lots of K icons to pick up. It's handy if you've picked up your boot, a special boot power up here, because of these falling rocks, so you can move quicker and jump better. I've screwed it up there, but duck down and you might just scrape by. Oof, just that was quite lucky there. Okay, I don't think there's any more boulders dropping down on us. Good, 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 good. So we're nearly at the boss in this level. So watch out for those vampire bat type things. Alright, that little helmet icon was flashing, showing me there was a hidden pickup, so we used that. Oh, we've got another dragon to get rid of. But he's easily done. Right, on to the penultimate level. Onto the forest. This is actually pretty easy, actually. Oh yeah, talking about the programmers, well actually Activision farmed out this game to an independent programming house called Mr. Micro, and they've actually done a few decent games of their own. They did the Aliens, the computer game. I think it was the US Aliens, which had various different types of level, which was alright. They did the Appalling Crazy Golf for AMSoft, a Punchy for AMSoft as well, which is pretty bad. Terror of the Deep, and a few others that I've never heard of, like I think there's a space shuttle simulator they did as well. Anyway, I just like talking. I find it interesting to find out what the who's behind the game, the programmers, what they did. Often if I find a good game, I find out who the programmer is, and then find out what other games he's done. Good example being Nick Bruty and Dave Perry of Probe, who did the excellent Night Smash TV, but also Extreme and Tranter. Anyway, I'll stop whittering on. Use the ladder here to find a few special pickups here and there. Got the wings icon, but I don't think we ever get to use the wings again. This level's pretty easy if you take it slow. The levels are relatively short, to be honest with you, and not always that many bad guys about. Oh, there's no. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. There's another special item I can use, which is like that boomerang next to the ladder icon and before the fireball icon. But you can only obviously you throw it and it sort of like revolves around the screen, killing bad guys in its path. But you can only use one at a time, and you're better off using sticking with your fireballs, especially if you've got maximum firepower like I have. Hey, some more K icons up there. We could use our boots to get up there, but I think we're going to save them for the next level where we'll need them. Some evil trees to destroy. Looks a bit like the tree monster in Evil Dead 2. Nah, that was a cool film. Not far to go now. There's an end of level boss very shortly, and then just above his head are some special items you can pick up, hence the flashing mask symbol. But to get there without getting killed is pointless. It's just a death trap. Anyway, right, we're on to the final level. Heavy gates and moats, the last fortress, and we get to fight against the evil wizard. Right, this did take me quite a few goes to get through. Lots of special items above my head here, but basically, guys, I'm going to move as quickly as I can, because at the time I hadn't worked out a way to destroy the final wizard. I thought he was taking lots and lots of hits to kill, and I was running out of time. So I'm going to do this level really quickly. There's lots of cool little areas in this level actually, which I'm sort of going to skip over. But I'm going to show, obviously this is going to be the quickest way through this level. Watch out for those bat things above that ladder, that used to catch me out all the time. Now use your boost here, and go for a nice big old jump. And we've already cut out a good third of the level. And here, guys, is where we're going to start using the bombs again for some useful purpose. Looks like you can't go through here, but drop a bomb and find out. Hey, we cleared a little secret passage there. And we can use them again shortly. There's a nasty whole big area underneath where I am. You have to go up and down loads and loads of ladders and caves, but this is the quickest way through. So make sure you got at least a couple of bombs before you get to this level if you want to get through it quickly. And yeah, watch out for those rocks. Sometimes a little monster jumps out, like so. Now there's a very, very easy way to kill the final boss, I found out, before you move on to him, but I'll show you that after completing the game. Use a bomb there, and then we're on to the final battle. Now this is probably... oh, the screen's screwed up there a little bit, guys. I don't know why, but just ignore that. This is one of the hardest bosses I've ever battled against before. Now he always shoots in 8 directions, but also shoots one fireball at you at your current direction, which is why I'm jumping at the time he's firing, so those fireballs will go gracefully over my head. Quite a clever little boss battle there. Oh, there's a little hidden ladder there you can use to sneak down, which is where you'd normally come up if you'd gone through the proper route. Now here's how you kill him. You have to basically get loads and loads and loads of shots on him all at once, and that's it. That's him done. Very, very, very hard to do. You basically got to kill him all in one go when he appears, and get about like 10 or 15 shots on him before he disappears and regenerates in another window. But there you go, guys. That is Karnov completed, and a nice little completion screen here. Not often will we see a nice little animated completion screen. Very nicely done. That's Karnov there, celebrating by throwing all his golden treasures into the air that he's finally captured. And a nice little jingle there of music as well. So yeah, guys, that was That was an okay conversion. It was a pretty decent and alright platforming romp and shoot 'em up. Lots of secret areas and lots of different items and things. That actually adds a lot more to the game. It makes it a little bit more interesting. But still, I really don't like the laggy controls and the awkward movement and how he jumps. He's really slow, jumping and floating in the air. So I'll give that a 7 out of 10. I think that's fair. What we're going to do here, guys, quickly, is show you how to defeat the end level boss really easily and quickly. Yes, how to cheat and beat the boss. Right, back to that place there, and we're going to jump up there. Now here you want to use your special footwear, or you could use the ladder, but the footwear is better for me. So select that, jump up, and you'll get stuck on a ledge there, and you can shoot him just off the screen, and that's him done. So bit of a cheat there for you. One of the toughest bosses I've ever encountered, but there you go. Thanks for watching, guys, hope you enjoyed, and see you next time. Cheers, bye.